On va commencer, on va reprendre, où on en était hier sur, Disco Elysium, donc j'avais récupéré la paire de gants et l'objectif, c'est d'essayer de décrocher le cadavre, qui était dans l'arbre. Pour le moment, je vais continuer à me balader un petit peu autour et discuter avec les personnes, voir si je peux obtenir, de l'assistance. On va voir.
This Postlavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Donc je vais tapoter, gentille petite boîte.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow, and then suddenly you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachon forever.
Donc on a gagné, on a régénéré un point de morale. Vu qu'on est à 1 maximum et qu'on n'a pas perdu, ça change pas grand chose. Là, on a une sorte de librairie, du coup. Avec différents livres. J'aimerais bien, voilà, récupérer le sac. Le sac se trouve juste ici. Ça va être... Donc, je récupère le sac en plastique qui va me permettre de ramasser les récipients consignés. Donc, les bouteilles et tout ça qu'on va pouvoir revendre dans une boutique pour être recyclé. C'est ce qui va nous faire un peu d'argent. L'objectif étant de réussir à payer la chambre en fait assez rapidement pour dormir à l'intérieur.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
Your heart beats twice like a fist. The serotonin deficiency makes your teeth clench. The lieutenant blinks, his mouth slightly open.
Excuse me, I was lecturing you. I shouldn't have. You should consult a medical professional if you feel that you need help. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Ok. Donc on peut appeler une nouvelle personne au niveau de la voiture du coup. On va sans doute le faire. Et donc ouais, c'est ça dont je parlais, on peut récupérer des bouteilles. J'ai l'impression que le son est un petit peu fort. Je vais baisser d'un cran. Ouais, je vais baisser d'un cran les différents sons, ça sera peut-être un peu mieux. Je vais voir si je peux parler à cette personne. Ok. Et donc là, je vais littéralement faire les poubelles pour essayer de payer la chambre. Les dégâts que j'ai fait. Pour un peu nettoyer les rues. Je vais pas aller dans la librairie tout de suite. Je vais parler avec cette personne. Il m'a l'air d'attendre. Donc oui, d'accord. L'autre qui veut que je ramasse des cigarettes. Électrochimie.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
La loi, c'est moi, quoi. Ah. Mec, c'est Judge Dredd, quoi.
You sure are, my man. From another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals, and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Yeah, exactly. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
J'ai demandé ses conclusions.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
J'ai demandé ce qu'il transporte.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids way out in Wamrau and Loran Bird somehow.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
Ok. Donc je vais essayer de récupérer les cigarettes au sol. Je pense que ça peut être bien. Pour électrochimie, ça va lui faire plaisir. Okay, donc là on a une sorte de vendeur à la sauvette. Et on a une poubelle que je vider du coup. De se faire un petit peu d'argent. Je vais y parler.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
J'aime beaucoup les interventions de frissons que j'avais pas eu du tout sur ma première partie.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout brewing.
Allez. Le duel de faux pistolets, c'est parti.
Don't shoot, officer! Have we got an arrest here or just a shakedown? Of course, I'll come quietly. But perhaps I could convince you to arrest some of my wares, officer. With your money, maybe? You mean these delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Really easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too. Buy some, try them out. No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy. Oh, he's a good guy. I think you'd get along. I'll let you know the next time he's around.
Interesting.
Je vais demander ce qu'il
Only
vend.
the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Il y a des personnages assez marrants. Dans les caractères assez improbables.
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Voilà, tout le monde est impec. Hein.
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale.
Ok.
Anything you want, 50% off. Anything for you.
Est-ce que j'essaie de... J'essaie de gratter? Non, je viendrai plus tard. Ok. Petit revendeur. Du coup, on a vu ce qu'il y avait à peu près par là. Ah, là il y a des gants qui peuvent être intéressants aussi.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Ok. On a eu un nouveau, une nouvelle compétence en tiroir à réflexion à afficher. Les doigts, ça ne suffit. Flingue digital. 9 minutes, je vais l'intérioriser, ça peut être marrant. Ouais, ça peut être marrant. Et je vais devoir débriefer avec Kim et parler avec Lazarette du coup au téléphone. On a eu une paire de gants de mitaine qui fait de l'électrochimie. Vraiment
Good morning
la
to
clope.
you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Je vais demander si c'est ce qui a fait ces dégâts-là, du coup.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Ah, je vais gratter un bout de saucisson.
Sure thing.
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Ok, donc j'ai eu ma tranche de sauciflard. Je suis content.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Je vais à un petit échoppe ici, discuter. Je pense qu'après je vais aller voir pour vendre les bouteilles qu'on a récupérées. Et ensuite je vais voir pour essayer de faire le cadavre. Je crois que j'ai encore quelques trucs à récupérer un peu plus. Je vais regarder en fonction de l'heure, histoire de réussir à le décrocher avant que ce soit la fin de la journée. La première journée, ce serait bien. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Boutique.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revershoal sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Je vais l'acheter. C'est une affaire, ça. Indispensable.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky?
Ok.
Always carry it with you.
Donc on a gagné une super figurine hein, qui a pris une partie de notre argent.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light.
Okay.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welshie W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Alors, ça va être intéressant de récupérer cet objet, parce qu'on a une cassette en fait, qu'on a récupérée au début dans notre chambre, qu'on peut pas lire vu qu'on a cassé notre magnéto lecteur. Donc, repassera sans doute pour l'acheter.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you? I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
La 3, putain, elle est improbable. Opiner, ouais.
It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Ah. Donc les comment? Les pensées intérieures, elles peuvent boiter, elles peuvent s'allier entre elles pour se donner des bonus. Donc, du coup, je vais voir l'électrochimie, voir qui sait ce que l'autre a pris.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them. I've had to take it, you know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths, cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. No one's, everyone's. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood. Tough son of a gun, this one. Respect.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Donc on sait où est passée notre arme, hein. On l'a vendue au prêteur sur gage et il vient de la...
What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, the unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Oh bordel.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Of course. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Une bobine vide, je ne sais pas trop. Je peux rien lui...
Another time, perhaps.
je peux rien lui vendre. Donc comme ça, on a quelques idées concernant l'emplacement de l'arme qui a été revendue au prêteur sur gage sur une femme qui apparaît comme inquiétante. Il ne sait pas du tout où elle est, donc on verra après quand on la recroise. On la recroise. Je vais vendre les bouteilles. Non, je vais pas vendre les bouteilles tout de suite. Je vais essayer de remonter un petit peu. Je vais continuer à récupérer des bouteilles. Récupérer ce que je peux. Ok.
Hey, up here, Piggo. The streets will flow red once more, a great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
J'adore la loi, c'est moi, tu peux le dire à tout le monde, quoi.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, Pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cads. And my name's not Mona, so... yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval. I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
She nods disdainfully toward the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her stare.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Donc on a eu un dialogue intéressant. Et pour cette personne avec qui on va pouvoir parler. J'ai obtenu un magnésium, ce qui est plutôt très bien. Et je vais lui parler du coup. Et on va voir ce qui se passe.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Tu peux tenter de gratter de la thune des clopes à tout le monde, quoi.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us. Why, yes I am. The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. It's a pleasure craft, a 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business. My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
She nods attentively.
Good. Of
Okay.
course, detective.
Donc je vais essayer de revenir une fois que j'aurai récupéré ma carte. Ça peut être intéressant. Qu'est-ce qui se
This
passe
is a
ici?
wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. So many walls all over Martinez, weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Ok.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep? Pigs come to take me out, trying to snuff me out.
If anything, you're afraid she'll take you out one day.
Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
La gratte absolue.
Absolution? I don't know that brand, but I'm pretty sure you can get Astras at the Frit. I'm not sure that's a good idea. As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
Ah merde.
Trash? Listen, I really have to go.
Ah, there it goes. Wasted. You would have gotten at least a few good drags out of it.
Good luck with the investigation.
Ok.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we've found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Finger pistol, 9mm.
On a eu flingue digital.
Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at him. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a...
Donc on a eu... on a mis le flingue digital, donc qui nous donne 1 de réactivité, aucun cran de sûreté, et si j'ai un emplacement de main vide qui me donne de la suggestion. Enfin.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. There's a key beneath it.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. We'll just have to go in and see.
Okay. Donc on a obtenu la clé grâce à l'observation. Et un superbe bonnet. Il me fait augmenter ma réactivité et baisser la rhétorique. Très très beau bonnet. Hein. C'est vraiment un look là particulièrement beau. Donc on n'a pas la clé. Hein. On n'a pas la clé pour pouvoir atteindre cet endroit. Je vais essayer d'atteindre la boutique.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Pour l'instant... Ouais, je vais essayer de vendre des bouteilles. Hein. Donc les bouteilles, elles se vendent... dans cette boutique-là, il y a une truc de recycle, de consigne.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a...
Ok. Donc on a eu un tout petit peu de
small
monnaie.
cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Dramamine is a really... I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising. Uh-huh.
Pour l'instant, on va pas avoir grand chose d'autre. Je vais voir ce qui se passe à l'entrée. À la porte. Il y a des gens qui gueulent. Et je pense qu'on va aller jusqu'au cadavre après.
Scab?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
Avec Queno qui t'insulte autant, bref. L'air obscur à moitié parano, quoi.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself. I walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview, or maybe it actually is completely impossible. Sure.
Donc on a quelqu'un qui bloque la porte en haut. Là il y a quelqu'un de baraqué. Parler.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down? We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right! Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss? I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work! It's shameful, cops doing nothing. You should bring backup, open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side indeed.
Pity.
Let us work!
Ok, on n'a rien appris de particulièrement intéressant.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor mixes with cigarette residue. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over. He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared, racist lorryman.
Je vais retourner parler au camionneur.
Looking for something? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
C'est le moment où ça commence à déraper. Là.
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat. Not sheep, ostriches.
Whatever, go back to your college class, Pino. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck, Runt.
Ok. Personnage sympathique, bien sûr. Avec vision critiquable, on va dire.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that... An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Okay.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
On a accès à ces tons-là. Je pense qu'on va visiter et on va s'arrêter devant le cadavre. Les 13 heures in-game. Ça fera un petit peu de temps pour s'en occuper. On a quoi ici? Yeah.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Of course, detective. Swift justice. Don't worry, we don't have to investigate every trace of narcotics.
Yeah, swift, lightning justice.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Ok. Donc là, on a accès à un passage par les toits, vu que la porte principale vers le port est fermée. Je vais l'explorer rapidement, du coup. Après 1 heure. On a une veste. Là, une veste. Non. Bien, ne courez pas, je cours. Et donc,
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous, 2-meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
Bon, 17%, c'est mort. Hein. C'est mort. On va se casser la gueule. Wow.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here. You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better.
Ok. Bon, on va pas essayer tout de suite. Hein. Mais on sait qu'il y a le... Il y a une veste. Et on redescendre du coup. Par contre, j'ai pas récupéré beaucoup de pièces. C'est pas trop. Ah oui, non, c'est les marques.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Ok.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind.
Bon, au moins on s'est vidé.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Ok. Donc on peut aller parler... parler à la jardinière pour récupérer de l'ammonia. On va essayer de récupérer et on va s'arrêter là, je pense.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago. Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Donc on a récupéré du coup l'ampoule. Ok, très bien. Donc, comme ça, ce sera facile de tenter de décrocher le corps. On a une clé.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. Just a trash container. There is no such thing. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
We could try using a pry bar.
Did someone say pry bar? Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Okay. Donc on devra récupérer aussi la clé pour ouvrir la poubelle. Pour me souvenir ce qu'il y a dedans et ça pourrait être intéressant. On va s'arrêter là et du coup on s'est pas du tout occupé du cadavre. Hein. On a un peu tourné, on a fait pas mal de dialogues, donc on a légèrement avancé. Et je pense que la prochaine fois du coup on fera le cadavre, ça prendra à peu près le même temps de